Hey Zhang, what am I building? Check out the README here on the top right. What is going on here? Okay, there's something weird going with my keyboards. Okay. Doom. Well, we don't have to specify it for real this time. You guys cannot hear the music, can you? Okay. I enabled it. Here now, let's. Hello. Hey, G-Besh. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna go make team. I think we also have all chat here that we wanna update. There you go. I'll be. Oh no, last name. We're back. Okay, hello everybody. Hey Andrew. Strip time. Any Zig show time on the horizon? After summer. Not before summer. STRP time. I'm sorry. That's strip time for me. Well, it's like you know, stripping the bug symbols. Don't take it like in another way necessarily. Okay, so let's start by investigating a bug in that people have reported in the Super HTML LSP. And I might need some help from chat. So if anybody in chat knows how to use Vim, NeoVim more specifically, I'm in need. I'm a lowly Helix user. I don't know. Oh, hey Ninjatron. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. So I think I'll need some help there. So but before we work on this one, so this is the main one that we want to work on. But before we work on this one, there's gonna be like a warm-up crash they want to investigate. And that one should be easier because like it was reported by Neurosite. So there's a flow control Discord server where I asked if he had any crashes like easy crashes to report, and he said yes. When we send a did change notification and then the content changes array is empty, then the LSP dies. Now, I would say that is not such an unreasonable expectation on our part, that if you send a notification, if the client sends a notification that the text did change, something actually did change. But you know, we can make it more resilient. No reason not to. So let's fix this. Also, maybe let's close some tabs. I have like as usual like an endless amount of tabs. I was working on this, but it's saved, so it's fine. Hey, in your site. Oh, this one is something I want to work on later. This is useful for investigating. This we can close. Oh, this is a NeoVim instance. Maybe we'll use it. No, you know what? If we use it, we're gonna make one. Hey, in your site, shouldn't you catch all errors and report them in an LSP error response instead of terminating? 100% not all errors. I would totally agree that this is an error that we could totally, you know, account for. I didn't think this was a possibility, so that's why it crashes. Like we were just basically, I bet you that we're just indexing into one or something. No, that would be a crash. So I don't know, but there's like no, but this is a crash, right? No, it does return invalid params. Interesting. So I don't know exactly what's happening. We're gonna figure it out now. But this wasn't something that they didn't account even could be a possibility. For other things, the danger of just logging the error and not do anything is that you go out of sync, right, with the client. Like if server and client, for example, here's a good one, diffing. You remember that you plugged in some of the partial changes diffing stuff. When that thing errors out, you end up with a misaligned idea what the content is between the client and the server. And I've seen that have like basically every time you have an LSP interaction, the LSP is completely broken, looks completely broken to the client. So in that case, I would say terminating is better than just reporting. Okay, change document. There you go. Change document failed. No changes. Wait a second. Should we blame? Thank you, Ninjatron. See you later. Should we blame this line? Yes, Erdefer can see what the actual error that was returned was. So my question is, wait, are you sure this was not part of your changes? I genuinely don't remember. Probably not. Okay, well, let's not do this. If changes is 0, then we can go. Do we need to reply anything? No, right? I'll be right back, sorry. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Has you run compiled the Zig compiler to WASM? Yes. And been able to build a WASM binary with dwarf symbols with it. Maybe, not sure, but the problem is our WASM backend is not complete. So a reasonable build of the Zig compiler for WASM probably shouldn't have LLVM in it. So it should be a build of the Zig compiler without LLVM. For most cases, maybe this is not a universal truth. Just like you want to have like a Zig playground, for example, then you would want Zig, just the Zig compiler, no LLVM. And so that means that if you want to build a WASM executable, Zig has to do it entirely on its own, which means that you will have to use our wasn't backend, and the wasn't backend, as far as I know, is not complete yet. That said, it's getting there. Which means no dwarf symbols, right? No, that does not mean that at all. I don't believe so. No, I don't think the dwarf symbols are done by LVM. Or rather, I don't know what the state of support is for this stuff, but I would expect the fully functional wasn't mechanic to also generate debug info. For sure. I mean, our backends right now, their main goal is to be good backends for debug builds. So, okay, so question number 1 fixed. So that was an easy fix. Oh. Yeah, so that was an easy fix. Let me get closer to the table. Okay. What do we want to do next? Next we have this one. So this one is nasty. Apparently we're getting an error where NeoVim starts, sends to us a text document did open, then a couple other requests that we don't really process. Then it sends us a did change, and the did change sends the entire freaking document back again. So that one is not interesting much. But the problem is the URI makes sense. So the URI does seem to match between the previous requests. But this one causes an error for us. This one causes an error for us, and the error apparently is because this change document failed unknown document. So somehow that happens. So it's almost as if did open failed to save the document. A condition happened that made the document fail to load. For example, this is not reporting any error to the LSP client. Like, how do we even send messages to the client? I guess that would be something that the LSP server offers to us, right? Oh. With any SHTML file type. The response can contain an error. Okay, so did open, does that expect a response though? Open document is a notification apparently, so it doesn't expect a response, so we would need to do something different. But I guess, where is it? Like it's formatting, right? And it also doesn't have a response. No, formatting is a request. What is it that isn't a response? Where we send something. So just that's basically what I want to see. Close document. Save document. There we go. Change document. Where do we do this? Append slice. We call load file, and load file does the sending. Send to client notification. Send to client response error. Hey, debug. Beat Up Woodard. Thank you for the $5 donated to the Zig Software Foundation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we have send to client response error. Can we send that? Use notification method. Oh, Jesus Christ, comp time. So I'm not sure how we are supposed to do that. So there's send to client response error. That's like best. Oh, but it references a request ID. So unless we have a request on hand, so we would have to send a notification. The notification of an error, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we can try. Well, in any case, let's briefly inspect what's going on here. Oh, you know what? You know, the problem there really smells like this problem. The language ID doesn't match. Yes. That's the problem. The problem is that we are expecting Super HTML to be Super HTML. I bet you that that's what it is. And they're sending like, oh, you know what? Wait, we have it in the logs, right? No. Wait a second. Wait. Meta string to enum language ID. What's language ID? Okay, there is a language ID thing. So language ID. Yeah, language ID is a SHTML. That's the problem. Like, do language IDs always match file extensions? They shouldn't, right? Yeah, but the problem is that if I do that, no, that's not okay. Because if I do that, then the default is not going to be Super HTML. The default is going to be plain HTML, and it's going to report you syntax errors wrongly. Like, it needs to be wired incorrectly. We could add it as an alias, maybe. SHTML is already taken, right? As a file extension, yes, it's taken. But not really as a file type. Or I don't know, unless you have some really weird editor that has like the concept of like old school, like I forget even what the S, scripted HTML. It's like, this is like very old stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we have to understand if this is something that can even be done or not. distinction between okay, so that wasn't all that bad. Okay, so this was solved. Maybe we can make even a new release for everybody to enjoy. Or at least a log and error message. No, so I would totally agree. Like on the last part, totally 100%. Shall we learn how to do this? Also, you know what? I think we should also tweak this a little bit, like in terms of capabilities that we don't have. Like, for example, completion provider, we don't have completions. Hover provider, bool true. Definition provider, references provider. I think we should put those to false until we're ready to toggle them to true. What am I doing? No, formatting actually we can do. But these things we can't yet. Also, semantic token provider. It's like, no. Inlay hint provider also. Can't do that either. Okay, let's see how we can like communicate with our client a little bit. There should be like an send error message or something. Pub function. No, maybe we can make this like a method on the handler. Also, I hate this self thing. Let's change this. Or whatever. That's one time where I don't have any significantly better alternative. What does this position encoding switch statement need to be there? Looks like that it just maps on itself. In maps from offsets.encoding to... Oh, you notice using namespace? Yes. Maps from offset.encoding to position encoding kind. So no, it maps between two enums that look exactly the same, but they're different types. Man, what music that we're getting? No problem. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Wait, is that not it? Wait, and what is the usage pattern then? Oh, you get the message because you need to read? What? You send it and then you free it. Can you... I am pretty confused by this thing. Yeah, put stuff on the server GPA and then 2 on slice. Okay. It's because it's not in an arena. I think it's designed for this thing to be stored somewhere and be reutilized on demand. These are design choices that I didn't make myself. So we are just following what the API wants us to do here. Okay, so now we need to learn what kind of notification we can send. And the expectation is that there should be some kind of like error notification. So like there's publish diagnostics. Let's go all together learn LSP. LSP notifications. Have a link. Window show message. Oh, nice. Oh, you already mentioned that earlier, right? That's what you meant. Sorry. My brain is not wired as LSP peeled as yours is, probably, since you had to write a client recently. Okay. Message type. Boom, error. Okay. Let's see if we can make this happen. They say error, right? Oh, uppercase E. So maybe we can get away with the uppercase E thing. Do you have an arena? We don't have any arena, right? I guess we use GPA here as well. Okay, let me put something in here so we can stop having complaints about what we're doing. Expect a semicolon after declaration. No, what are you smoking? I tabled something. I've already tabled a bunch of things. Oh, this is definitely a comma. Okay, we're good. Ba-ba-bam. Is it print alloc? Or is it alloc print? Alloc print. Missing one parameter. Oh, we also have self.gpa, so we have a pointer to it for convenience. There you go. Maybe works, maybe doesn't. Time to test it out. You know what? Let's make this like let's make the error level a parameter. Types dot. What is this thing called? Message type. Oh, we have it. Let's go. Are those auto-generated? Yes. The LSP. So I'm using Zig LSP kit. Zig LSP kit is based on the work that has been done for ZLS. And for ZLS, they auto-generated all the types from the spec. You're gonna go insane if you don't do that otherwise. Okay, so we have an error notification function. Let's see if it works. So let's say that on initialization, we error out. Tobadev, thank you. Tobadev, yes. Thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. Okay, we're sending an error notification on initialization. So in order, Zig build. We don't build. Quantize is card of function parameter. Oh yes, I had it there all along. So missing start field legend. Oh, turns out that legend has to be there, huh? Or I guess okay, maybe we can do this, and then we can do this. Can we do this? No. Okay, so we keep everything. We just say the other thing is false. Expected types handler found a const handler. Let's see initialize. Error union type ignored. Yeah, try. Okay, we're there. I should have a check step so that I stop bouncing back and forth. So we have our LSP. I don't think we support show stuff so in Helix. So let's try VS Code maybe? I guess. Can even okay, let's go here. Start debugging so that we see everything. Problems duplicate attribute name. But we're not showing anything. How do you just got into Zig and tried to make something with GPU from scratch. Is pretty fun. Nice. By the way, have you heard of Mac Engine? Not saying necessarily that you have to use it, of course, but like if you're interested in web GPU and related concepts, Mac Engine is even working on, I believe, their own implementation of web GPU. I think they use Dawn right now, but it's Google software, so they don't like it. So it doesn't seem that we're seeing any message pop up from our thingy. Where else can we test this? If only there was an editor that we knows how to use Super HTML and shows window messages. If only there was one. Let me think. Not VS Code. It's not Helix. Well, I don't know if they do. I just tried and it hadn't worked. Hey. Maybe we could try this with Flow, huh? Oh, the build UI is pure sex. Is there like a health flag? No. Frame rate, trace. So, Neuroside, in case you're interested, there's something like this in Helix. It's not a bad thing to have. Basically, it can tell you for each thing. Jesus Christ, how many languages this thing supports. Basically, it tells you like the state of tooling for each thing. It's pretty nice. Okay, so well, in any case, I'm gonna start Flow, and I guess I'm gonna start on a HTML file. Maybe SHTML file, just to be safe. You know what? We should also take a look at take a peek at our logs. No, don't want to do this. Okay, so we are starting the Super HTML thing. You send a did open. Notification initialized. Let's see what we get in here at all. No. Yeah, we do get in there. I think I'm sending a borked message. It doesn't do a lot of validation. Maybe error. Types response error. Null method. Null. Extra name params. We need to turn on more verbose logging. I don't know how to do that though. Oh, you know what we can do? We can print the message that we try to send before we free it. That's certainly something we can do. It's also in flow log. Okay, how do I see that? Command T. Tail cache. Oh, you don't put the stuff in cache. Where do you put it? Local state flow. Why don't you, out of curiosity, why don't you put it in cache? Oh, nice. Holy shit. Nice. Okay, this on point. Just curious why it's not cache. So window show message, params, type 1, string, yep, we initted. Local state is the standard since about 4 years? For stuff like logging? Or you mean in general .cache is just not a thing? Because I think that .cache is what the XDG, non-folders offers, suggests when you want a caching directory. So how does this message look like? It seems okay to me. Type 1 string we initted. Logs are not considered cache data. Well, okay, fair. Although, I guess for an application like an editor or an LSP, I feel like they are more ephemeral. Like, I get, like, you have, I don't know, your web server logs. You probably want to hold on to those more precisely. I'm not sure for this kind of application, but in any case, okay, thank you for sharing your perspective. Makes sense. So, oh fuck it, because it's type a message. That's entirely on me. Unfortunately, we weren't getting, those to-dos that we saw in send to client. Okay, let's see. Yep, we initted. Let's go. Let's see how it looks like in Helix. Like nothing. Doesn't look like anything. Okay, let's see how it looks like in VS Code. Yep, we initted. Yeah, it's fine. I was just curious about how if the feature was supposed to supported at all or not. So apparently it's just not supported. Okay, cool. So now we can be better. Now we can totally be better, I would say. Let's call this maybe window notification, and then yeah, since it can be used for things that aren't errors. So for example, here we go back to not doing anything. Open document. We don't, here we log, and then we also try this. Man, we're such good citizens now. Let's see if we can show some more error messages. Also, you know what? I think that if we don't recognize the language ID, we should crash also. Because the problem is that we were getting the second error. Like, this is kind of like, this shouldn't happen. Yeah, you know what? This is the thing. Like, this should not happen. That's a bug in the client. It's this is a programming error. But us failing to open something because we don't think it's for us, and then just returning, like I was talking about earlier, about how not crashing sometimes, in my opinion, has the downside that we look like a completely broken application to the client. This is one of those cases. Send them all as warning errors. Yeah. Okay, I would send this and then I would panic. Should be a warning too. Fair. Actually, no. That should be like an error. That's like that's an error. Like you should not have configured this like you have misconfigured the language server. So this is also return error invalid params. I think the problem here is that the way this function is designed, it doesn't allow us to reply with an error. Like, I'm realizing that there's there's a problem with this API where you can respond with an error code. Like, basically the wrapper around this will receive the Zig error. This shouldn't be like this. This should not have us send the reply, I think. I think this should have us return there. Oh, but this is a notification. Fuck. Okay, never mind. Whatever I said, wrong. Yeah, let's add some logging. What are the... Oh, we know. The notification API shouldn't even let you return an error. Yeah, I think it's there for convenience. You know, you have a try. I think that you basically, this is just like triggering logging inside of the language server like layer. What was he saying? Yeah, what are the other levels? Error warning info log. Okay, so this is warning. No, this is also error. This is like weirder, but error. Okay, let's make this also an error. These ones also are a problem, but we toggle these off. So this needs to be audited because we got here. I've seen the server have problems because of these. Let me copy this stuff so that we can use it again below. So this is all well and good. We don't do much else, so I think this might be pretty much it. One, received response for client with ID that has no handler. That's I think on us, so that's fine. Yeah, this is like internal stuff I think, so that's fine. We still have some of the stuff in logic. Oh yeah, here there's not much. Okay, I think we did what we could. Happy with this. Nice. Okay, so we need to push. Okay, let's make a build. Well, let's make a release. The problem is to make a release. We need to do this. Man, I can't wait to not have to do this anymore. I have my like edited CDLib for fuzzing, but that makes worse executables. File modified by an external process. What? Okay, we're good. By the way, for the people who have never seen this is what it looks like to make a release in Zig. Compiling for all the platforms right away. x86 Linux, Windows, macOS, AMD Linux, AMD, ARM Linux, Windows, macOS. That's how we roll. Oh no, fuck. You know what? There's also a PR they want to merge that adds versions. No, I don't have the tarball creation code. I have a one-liner that does that from Bash. You want me to share it with you? But yeah, it would be nice, right? If we also had that. I should make Zig release kit. Zig release kit, all it does, it's like basically just zip your things, because everything else is like already a one-liner in the build script. I don't know. So this is a print version. Oh, this is good. I want a GitHub workflow that creates the whole release. Well, you still have to read the. You still have to write the release note message, right? I guess you could just not write that. That's fair. I mean, if you're willing to have the GH CLI installed on your computer, you can probably have the same even without the CI in the mix. Oh, you're saying you write them after the fact. You can probably, I think that you can probably achieve the same end result also entirely on your client, on your machine with the GH. Of course, you know, preferences. But yeah, I haven't looked into that myself. I would say more than simply mainly. Okay, let's take a look at the version stuff. I think we're at version 0.4 now. We don't have any concept of version in here at all. No, CLI must have version, right? Yes. Here's one thing that I wish we could make better, like fucking versioning. Wait a second. Wait a second. Nah, there's no way. Nah, there's no way. Nah, there's just no way. Also, I have too many open files. You now become my CLI. That's unfortunate. But is this really the entirety of the problem? Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, let's undo this. Fine. You stay where you are for now. Break. And yet we must have access to at least some of it in our build somehow. I prefer to use the Git version in my builds. The Zone version only makes sense for libraries, in my opinion. That's fair, but you know, you could still try to keep them in sync. Like I would say for general use, it's fine to keep those in sync. But that is fair. To be fair, that would be also my case. Like I might want to move forward the versioning of my package and not the CLI. And actually at that point, what should the versioning of Git be? I don't fucking know. A third quantity? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Oh, no, maybe I do know what the answer is. Maybe the answer is... maybe the answer is this. Wait. Maybe we had the answer all along. Maybe the answer is... we create a version Zig's on. Do we have the ability to import Zon in Zig at comp time? We do, right? And then if we have other versions that we want to put in here, we put them in this document, and then we decide how things should be, and then maybe you can even have a check that says that the version, like the tagged version, should match, otherwise something else complains. Let's see what happens if we do this. Oh, it's not import, it's embed file. Oh no, but embed file doesn't parse it. Fuck. So no, import cannot import versions .zig.zon. Yeah, that's what it would have to be. That's annoying. It creates a version module from the Git version. Yeah, I had that also with Bork. Kind of annoying though. But might be necessary. Okay, fuck it. Let's go do it. I'll try to copy the one that I have. Maybe you can critique it if you think. You know what? No, I'll do the opposite. I'll start by stealing yours. Let's see. I can maybe at a glance see if there's like some huge improvement there that I haven't implemented in my thing. Version info file. Get version info. Where's the system command stuff? Ah, there you go. Nice. Yeah, mine is not this nice. The one I have in Bork is like this. I do git describe untrimmed and then I chop things together. I like this. So you're writing this down into a file. Why are you writing this into a file? Oh, wait, because you're... Oh, right. Because you're designing the entire output of version. Holy shit, okay. No, here's what I was thinking. I don't want to do all of this. By the way, this is great. Honestly, great. I think in my case, then I'll stick with what I do with Bork. Fuck his code. Okay, so here's my plan. By the way, this huge thing clearly should be a function, but for some reason, I didn't want to make it a function. So here's no, yeah, but you can also do options at that point, which I think I might already be doing. So I might add this to other options. Let's see. So we don't do this. What the fuck is version supposed to be? Okay, it's a string. Okay, version string, Bork version, major, minor, patch. So I'm writing it down here as a semantic version. And then I'm complaining if it doesn't match what the tagged version is. Why am I doing this so backwards? What a moron. Okay, we can do better now. So we don't do this. We call git. We do the describe thing, whatever. And this is not run allow fail. This is just run. We don't allow failures. I suspect this ignore parameter. Is that a thing? Oh, it's just an argv. Okay. So that means that we don't need this. Git describe, untrimmed, trimmed. Let's just do it right away, right? Okay. Also, wait a second. Is this a bug? Oh, no. I see what happened. Oh, God. No, this is clearly a bug in FMT. Huh. Can I replicate this with just this? Yes. This is enough. Man, the yak shaving. Although this seems this might be a weird corner case, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, on save, on format. Oh, did I do a big goof? I did do a big goof, huh? Okay. Let's go. Let's go back. Okay, so we're describing everything. Tag release version. Expect equal does not match. Tag development build. Untag development build. So here's what we do. This can return two things. You know what? Maybe Zig release kit should be a thing, and it could do this thing for you. Const version is an enum, a union. We can call it git version, and it can be a tag containing the string and I don't know, commit containing another string. It's still a string. We just want knowledge whether it's a tag thing or not. So count the number of dashes. Okay, so we expect this thing to be the same. Man, what a bozo logic that I wrote here. What was this thing? What was I thinking? I think I was smoking something weird. Okay, here I was formatting. I was making my own format. I guess we can do this. Apparently it's a geek convention. I don't know. I don't know anymore. This is not a print. This is a panic. Tag ancestor, commit height, commit ID. Right. No, that's actually wrong though, right? Because the tag ancestor, that would make, so if we did tag 0.1, then now we're doing 0.1-dev. In Zig, 0.1-dev is older than 0.1. What the Semver says? Holy shit. Okay. Zig does not do that. Yeah. In Zig, in Semver 0. Like 1.0.0 dash anything is slower. Zig doesn't do that. Well, whatever. We're not Zig, so we do whatever we want. And you know what? This is easier because incrementing one of these guys, it's a pain in the ass. So I'm not gonna do that. So this is good. Okay, so this version gives us... do we try anything in here? No, we don't try anything. It either works or it's the end. Perfect. Or we could do run a low fail and then we say like no version. And then we say just like there's another thing where not in Git. You know what? Let's add that for completeness. Okay, so then we can call this version and we can say no Git. Yeah. Spider is weed. I have a question about this statement from the docs. Even if Zig is 0.17, working on a trivial project using Zig will likely require participating in the development process. What would be considered a non-trivial project? Would making a game from scratch or using Rayleigh fall into this category? Potentially, yes. It might be, like, the idea is that it might be that as you're trying to, I don't know, do some C interrupt with Rayleigh, you get a compile error because a symbol is missing, because there's something missing in how a libc was packaged. Not really the case, actually, but like, I don't see reports of that, but you know, that's the kind of thing that can happen. So you're making a game from scratch and I don't know, you're targeting cross compilation for some other machine, has floating point math go out of whack a little bit, that kind of thing. Again, I'm not picking realistic examples, because if we knew realistic examples, then they would be fixed already, or they already reported in nation. I'm just not aware of that. But the idea is that's the kind of thing. So it's like, it's not rock solid yet, but it's usable, and like that sentence is just, you know, managing expectations. It's just saying, like, don't expect a already fully perfectly polished experience, because we're not there yet. But you can do a lot. You can definitely do a lot. Oh, you know what we should do? So here's how it should work. It's not run allow fail. It's run without allowing failures. But we don't just call git. We find program. Why does it try? Because it tries to unlock stuff? Oh, it only returns file not found. Okay. There you go. This is okay. This is exactly the behavior that I wanted. So if we don't find Git, then we return unknown because we're not in a Git repo. If we do find Git, then it better fucking work, because if it doesn't, then that's a problem. And that's what we do here. Yeah, that seems good for me. To me. Is this better alignment? This is not better alignment at all. I regret doing this. Okay. Yeah, and you know what? Maybe we can do a couple per line in here. Maybe we can do 3 per line. I don't know. This does not seem an improvement. 2 per line is good enough, I guess. Okay. And everything else is a panic because we failed to parse stuff from Git or something. This seems pretty solid. So now that we have this version thing, we can use it, and we can make like an options module basically out of it. And check this out. By the way, this is the killer feature. I don't get the build root path. Isn't that always the CWD? No. No. Look. Not the CWD. You can invoke when you do Zig build, it goes up searching for the build script. Or rather, I guess you could say you're still in the Zig in a Git repo, so even big nested shouldn't be a problem anyway. That's fair. But just pointing out that build root path is not always the CWD. Okay, so here's the cool thing that I wanted to do, by the way. Let me fix this problem here that would be messing around with versions in CLI. Okay, so check this out. Zig build. Zig build release. I'm gonna cancel it. I don't care. The fact that we see it build is already proof enough. And now here's what I'm gonna do. Basically, I want the release step to fail if the version is not tagged. How do we do this? It's the CBD of the subprocess. Oh, that's a fair point. I don't know. Then you might be right. I don't know what Zig does with the CWD in that case. Probably you're right. Yeah. So, now this is, I think this is like an underdeveloped corner of the build system, because I could toggle off release. I could straight up toggle off release. Like, you don't get a release step if you're not under a tag thing. Would you have to start the previous version somewhere else? Helios, why are you saying the previous version? What are you referring to? In this case, what I'm trying to do is basically you cannot call the release step unless you're at a tagged version. You can build and everything works except releasing. You cannot release. The problem is that I don't think I have a nice way. The only tool that I have at my disposal right now is completely remove the creation of a release step. So I guess that's what I will do, but I would like to be able to do better than this. Also, what's that thing? Playing git describe will exit non-zero if head is not tagged. Oh, nice, thank you. But at the same time, this will not say something to the user, right? I kind of would like I kind of would like to be able to do this, something like b dot check, and then I pass in here that version equals something, version equals like tag, and then here's the error message. We're not at a tagged version, cannot release. And then I would like to do like release dot step dot depend on, actually release is already a step. You get the idea, right? I wish you could do this. Basically make the release also depend on a check. We don't have this in Zig. We should in the build system. Maybe it shouldn't be called check. Maybe it can be called like condition or something. Check condition. I don't know. You could argue also that this is an API that could very well be horribly misused. So maybe it just shouldn't be there at all. That's also fair, maybe. I really like this refactoring towards multiple functions. We should do more of this. Like we should do more of this. I feel like we also need LSP. I feel like we're not doing a good job in the Zig ecosystem at getting this stuff right. It actually even looks pretty good. So this is doing WASM LSP down here. Then there's the fuzzing stuff. Like this also helps you track which like subcomponent depends on what exactly at a glance. Oh, I forget what that thing is. ICT build team optimize mode. There's also the check stuff. Oh, this is where we're defining these things even. Huh. Oh, it was also options. Right. Yeah, talking about options. Wait, actually, who do these options belong to? Log scopes. Verbose logging enabled scopes. It's necessary in the Super CLI, yes. Also root? Yeah, for sure. Everything depends on this. Actually, wait. Oh, this is adding this to Super CLI. Wait, am I wrong then? These are being added to the CLI. Oh, right. These are added to anything that has main files. So it's these guys and this guy. The Wasm language server. Okay. Step dot options. Oh Jesus, what a mess here, the fuzzing stuff. So here's how we solve this. We depend on Zig AFL kit. This becomes add object file, add object, sorry, object. Hey, Joshua Goldberg, thank you for the raid. Hello. Hello, everybody. Oh, I deleted also the fuzz step, have I? Let me undo some changes so maybe we can save it. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move all this fuzzing stuff and also super gen to the fuzzing thing. So, for everybody watching, you might be wondering, what the heck am I doing? I have a language server called SuperHTML, and I made some fixes to it, and now I'm about to make a release. But as I'm doing a release, I'm also like refactoring some code of my build pipeline, and I'm trying to make my build nicer. And I'm making good progress. So I'm stick around for a while more, and you will see me make a release in a moment. Assuming you care, of course. Man, this makes it so much easier to make a sense of things. I'm loving this. I'm not even sure we should import it up there, but whatever. Okay, now we have to decide what to do with unit tests and the other testing. So I think that we're doing test step. Here also we're doing test step. Test step is defined here. I think we want to do it like this. Basically. That one's super HTML. And that's it. So it's kind of like this. Also, fuzzing should be set up fuzz step. And this guy also is a step. No, this guy is not. This guy is a step. So let's make it a step. Unless we declare the step outside and we pass it in, but there's no point in doing that. Like, it's just an extra parameter for no good reason. So let's not do that. Oh god, this thing is borked. And then we have a check step. Yeah, let's move that one as well. I bet you it's going to be the same. But the one's also optimized, okay. I also want LSP. Can I copy? I should have copied right away. Oops. That's options now. Not bad. Let's see what the problem is. There's no target. std.target. Build resolve target. That was it was. Okay. What? Oh, these are module. God damn it. Now some of dependencies instead. I'm about to go insane. I fucking knew it. Oh god. Okay, let's see for a moment what we should do here. No, I think the super HTML should stay a module and everything else should be a dependency. Yeah, I think I goofed. Out of memory. Let's go. Oh, by the way, there was a message on YouTube and I completely missed those. Let's see. Stop. Mentions working on my hand. Can send links on YouTube, by the way. Sorry, I just saw your messages now. The one who has walnuts. It's not a bug, you can have more than one item in a row. Yeah, I know, but it's still weird. Okay, let's see how this goes. So can we Zig build now? Yes. I mean, as a refactoring, this is pretty safe. I wouldn't expect it to suffer too much. Yeah. What else is there? Check. Okay, so this is easy. Now, let's fiddle with the version stuff. So we want to add version 2 options. What types does it support? Array strings, string, null terminated strings, optional strings. It expects a semantic version. That's nice. Array pointer, optional. Enum. Oh, it does enum. But it doesn't do union. Well, I guess we can do enum and union separate. You know what? This might very well be something that belongs to the type. Now, how do we cast this thing as an enum? CD meta, does meta have something easy for us? Swing to enum, no. Alignment, no. Child, LM, sentinel, container layout, declarations, no. Declaration info, no. Fields, field info, field type, field names, tags. Given an enum or error set type, return a pointer to an array containing all tag. No. Field enum, no. Decal enum. Tag. You give it a union, gives you the enum type. Yes. Okay, so it's tag. There you go. Extract the type from build.version. Oh, okay. You know what? This is so annoying. Here's what I'll do. Actually, kind. Let's put it kind. There you go. Okay, so we're passing in both version and version kind. That's nice, and then we can say that release step, we only put it there only if version is the correct type. If version is dot tag, then we do the release step. Otherwise, we don't. So this means that now if I do Zig build, it complains. That's what it means. Extract the type constitute found enum literal. What? Oh, like this. Wait, what am I doing? So now I can do Zig build. Can I do Zig build? Check. Yes. Can I do Zig build release? No, there's no step name release. Not the greatest error message. Would be nicer to say, no, dude, you cannot run a release because you're not you're not in a git release thing. In any case, well, this is better than nothing, I guess. So we got all of these. Now let's wire in this version stuff in our executables. Oh, as simple as that. Wasm doesn't have a real version. Probably we should add a version to it, but whatever. We don't have other things that need versioning. Zig build release, can't do it. But instead, I do git tag. I don't remember. How do you do git tag? Git tag release delete of verify a tag object same with GPG. Obviously, there's an endless amount of flags. None of it makes sense. -d is probably delete. So I guess we just create one. Git tag v0. I don't remember what the other ones are. (031). So we're at 04 for real. Git push tags. Nice. Can I do Zig build release now? I can, and it fails. Perfect. I shouldn't have pushed that tag, huh? Well, I guess we can release 0.1 for 0.4.1 right away. Yeah, I didn't have to push it. I know. I was too optimistic, huh? And you know what? I think this is gonna have a cascading problem. This works, but I think there wasn't now fails. I would expect. Why does it succeed? What am I missing? LSP wants build options. Am I passing me the options to Wasm? I'm not passing anything to Wasm. Oh no, I am passing everything to Wasm already. Never freaking mind. Okay. Okay, git tag -d v 0.4.0 deleted tag git push. Well, git add git status whatever, fixed version. No, we don't push. We build release. I can't because I need to git tag. So we tag this, and now I can build release. Okay, this workflow is decent. I think that I wish we had something better than just Like, I wish the step was there, but it errored out. In any case, pretty good. So I can also build, and I can do Super HTML version. And it says it right. LSP? LSP doesn't even say anything unless it says handshake, so we're good. Git push. Tags. Rejected. Because the tag already exists. Force. What if we use force? Violence always works. Nice. Okay. Woof. So. No, come on. Come on, dude. Hey Ninjatron, welcome back. By the way, we figured out what the problem was. Turned out I didn't have to do anything weird with Vim. It was a simple misconfiguration thing of the LSP. There's no any feature, right? Like, what else did we push from the last tag? Also, tags don't show here, right? Like, can I? How can I see easily? Why can I not see in this list of commits where a tag is? Why can I not see that, man? Also haven't pushed. No, I did push. Wait, and I have red CI? What? File not found. LVM config version. Has anyone attempted to use Zin with Tailwind, or is that not recommended? No, there's nothing that should go wrong by using Zin with Tailwind. It should work. You don't have... If you're using Super HTML right now, Super HTML is not going to do a good job at being an LSP for your CSS, but this is being worked on. Arnau has been working on a CSS parser. So once that is in working condition, we're going to be able to auto-format CSS, report CSS errors. And at that point, honestly, I would be interested in having a system that allows you to activate support for common libraries like Tailwind. So like, you can have a thing called workspace commands, which I believe allow you to like just send commands to the LSP. And so you can say to the LSP, enter Tailwind mode. And now everything is Tailwind. Well, which I guess in practice should boil down to enable or at least prioritize like a given set of keywords for auto completion. Basically, you start suggesting Tailwind auto completion, Tailwind classes. I guess. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's more nuanced, but this is the starting point. Okay, so we're trying to find LLVM config, right? Because we're trying to do Zig build test. Why are we trying to find LLVM config in the Zig build test? I feel like we flew too close to the sun, huh? It's because I set fuzz step. And in set fuzz step, we add import super HTML. No, sorry. I mean, we... No, we built super fuzz. So no. Yeah, no, this is it. Because add instrumented exe tries to find the stuff at some point, which succeeds on my system, but fails on others. So huh. That's an interesting problematic. So the problem is very deeply nested in our dependencies. No, okay, so how do I disable the fucking AI? Like, I never want to use it. Like, every time it suggests me the AI, I know that things are going wrong. Include search engine suggestions. I don't know. Is this the AI? No, I don't want that. Oh, God. These are the Chrome settings, so these are not interesting. No matches ask. No, I just don't want to ask, man. There you go. Okay, let's start from the error that we observed in CI. So the problem is that unable to spawn the following command file not found LLVM config version. Because we are unconditionally trying to do LLVM config version. Why are we trying to do this? So this is clearly something that AFL++ does. Yeah, be the run. That's a problem. Because this means that this is like, as it is, it's very effective, this dependency. So it either becomes run a low fail, or I don't know. You know what? I think that this shouldn't be stopping us from making a release, though. So let's think about this problem after we make a release. So I was hoping to learn what changed since the last commit, since the last tag. But tags are not listed here. Hey, H5Dev, thank you very much. $100 to the Zig Software Foundation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I don't know. What do we go by? I guess we can go by when the release was made. Oh, 22 comments. Oh, thank you. So this is where we find this. Oh, and it's like oldest to newest. So fuzzing, some CSS stuff that is not released yet. Scripting interrupt support. Better LSPL reporting. So in terms of what we can show people in this release, not much. I think this should be structured this way. Super HTML CLI. Okay. I think this is good. So, new release was made. So we have this bork tag. Oh man, can we delete it? I cannot delete it. Whatever. For the longest time I thought audio was broken, then I realized I had him muted. Yeah. Yeah, that's on your end. I'm sorry. You're also missing out on pretty nice music. Okay, so now we made a proper release and people can enjoy it. But we still have the problem of our CI and actually people's ability to build this project, because they will get yelled at by the build system because there's like copious use of LVM stuff. How do we do this? This is tough because we really need to change git push remote :tag. I think that now it's more complicated though, because look, the tag, I cannot even delete the tag from the UI anymore because I made a release out of it. So unless, what if I call this .1 and update it, and then I go here and I delete .0. You know what? And then I'm not done yet. And then I create .0 again. I know, I'm a madman. And then I go delete .1. I think we were able to do it. It works, and we didn't lose our GitHub release. Success. Okay, so now here's the problem. Yeah, we have all this b.run. Fuck. So we could gate this. So clearly we need to find program LVM config first. And then we need to decide what to do if we can find it. This is another very annoying problem. This is a very annoying problem. Also, I think I have a meeting in like 8 minutes in theory. Let's see if people are gonna join the meeting. How do we disable these things in a reasonable way? We could add an option for each. So every single thing that LVM config is used for, we make an option, and the option allows us to toggle off using this, and then we pass these options to prevent that error. That said, We can pass bogus options clearly when we don't want anything, but what do we do for people who depend on our projects, for example? Like, there should be something nicer than just say to people, oh yeah, just put bogus values there. Maybe we can have another option that says, yeah, please, I don't care. No, that one doesn't work either. Oh, that one does not work either. I was hoping to avoid that, but the only correct solution is to turn these b.run into run system command steps, and then pass this data around. This is a nightmare. I'm gonna open an issue and not work on that now, because I'm not even sure what the best way forward is. Actually, is it system command? Okay, I don't know why it's taking me so long to figure this out. Add system command. Okay, so we've got an issue. This is what it is. Oh, maybe I should point out that my CI is broken because of this. Okay. So we did one thing. Okay, I have 2 minutes and then I have to go. Man, another day where time has passed and we couldn't do. We got stuck in a bunch of like refactoring work of like build scripts and stuff. That said, this is good work. I think we should. I think this is nice. This should be like released. We should really make release kit. Yeah, no war in your side. I think this approach is nice. Yeah, this is nice. So we could do this. We could. Yeah, I think secret release kit is nice. Okay, so I think, well, you know what? Even if I have a few minutes more, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I don't have time to start anything else. I really want to do these things, man. Like, I've been itching to do both of them. It's now a while. It's been now a while. I have to decide if I want to stream tonight. I don't think I want to, though. So it either it's gonna have to be tomorrow on stream, or I will do some of this work in Discord tonight. If anybody is gonna be there and will want to chat. So I think this is how it's gonna work. So yeah, let's see if there's anybody that we can raid. Is Parmesan doing Zig, or is he still yapping? I opened the stream and he just said she's a spicy stripper, so he's not doing Zig yet. It seems clear. He's about to start game dev. You think I should raid him? Yeah, okay, let's raid him. Well, thank you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.